Tell me your ring. Whenever you call me, I'll be there. Whenever you want me, I'll be there. Whenever you need me, I'll be there. I'll be around. What up? What up? What's good? It's your boy, the coach, and you are in the Coaches Huddle. Welcome where the field meets family, and we're here for our regular call-in show. Y'all know what it is. Get in the huddle, get in here. I want to hear from you guys. The link is pinned in the chat. I don't want to hear no nonsense about, Coach, we can't get the link. We can't get it. Hey, the link is in there. We're in the middle of the season. If you need to get caught up, you're living under a rock. All right? Go one yourself. Find out the information you need to get. So you can get caught up in the middle of this thing. We're struggling. The 49ers have a 3-4 record. We are last in the NFC West division. And we got another familiar foe in the Dallas Cowboys coming to Santa Clara to face us in Sunday Night Football coming up tomorrow night. And I need to hear from the fans. I need a daily dose, man. Like, I can't, it be calling me, man. I just can't get on here giving takes, talking into the camera, talking to other content creators without going to touch grass. This is my touch grass show. I love this show because it gives me ability to talk to supporters of the channel, talk to real fans, see your thoughts. And really, usually I like to go with structure on these call-in shows on what should we talk about. But really, whatever you guys want to talk about today, call in, right? You want to talk about, you still haven't gotten it all out from the Chiefs' loss, we could talk about that, right? You want to talk about the Dallas Cowboys, what they give us coming into Sunday night, the Sunday night matchup, we could talk about that. You guys want to talk about possible trade targets, if we should be buyers or sellers, we could talk about that. There's a reason why I like to put these call-in shows at the end of the week, is because it's a palate cleanser, right? We get it all out. You've heard everything. We've watched film. You've seen me wig out during the live watch parties, which will be Sunday night tomorrow, and it will be epic. I promise you that. The last two live watch parties, dog, I was sick. Coach was under the weather, man. But I'm in fighting form. I done got a haircut, done cut myself, got my geometry tight. I'm ready for a good game tomorrow. Are we ready for a good game tomorrow? Right? Are they ready? Are they prepared? How do you feel about the coaching? That seems to be a congruent theme throughout the entire season right now, is that in these 4 losses, we seem to have been getting out-coached. Special teams has been absolutely horrible. We're going to talk about special teams today. In my opinion, special teams is definitely going to be a factor in this game, as it is in every game. But with this game, Dallas is just so bad in so many areas that it sticks out just how good they are in special teams. They have the 5th ranked special teams in the NFL. Go figure, right? And they got a nice returner in Turpin. This kid Turpin, a speedster, little 158-pound kid, 4'3" guy, zippy, fast. I mean, it's like, he's built, that's his literal job, is to return for them. That could be an issue for us facing the Cowboys coming up. Understanding exactly how we need to beat these guys is we need to run the ball, right? You guys can call in and talk about anything, but for me, I want to talk about just how telling this game will be, right? Because let's keep the main thing the main thing. We still don't have an identity, right? We still don't have an identity. If you go back and look at just some of the drives of how we start games, I'd love to do that right now. Just kind of get into some of the drives, right? Look at, and this is like literally coming to me as we're talking about this, but that's one thing that confuses me is the drives. Let's go week 1 with the Jets, and the reason why I'm bringing this up is because I want to be able to hark on our identity, right? Play by play. Let's go. Okay, so drive 1 versus the Jets. They get the ball first. They punt. Okay, cool. We get the ball second. 3 plays, 8 yards, and a minute and 37. Right. So first play, shotgun, Jordan Mason. And in this game, mind you, Jordan Mason went off this game. First play of the game, Jordan Mason up the middle for 2 yards. Second play, pass. Brock Purdy to George Kittle for 6 yards. We're at third. That's at 2nd and 8. 3rd and 2. Brock Purdy, incomplete pass to Deebo Samuel at 3rd and 2, right? All right, so we've already come out the first 3 plays of our drive. We run once, get us 2 yards. We pass, get paid out at 6 yards. We go right back to the pass. Boom, that's our drive. Done. Boys come out, play the guys in the next drive. They get a fumble, all right? And they get great field position. Next play, 4 yards. Deebo Samuel, pass for 3 yards. Brock Purdy, incomplete pass to Deebo Samuel. Brock Purdy, pass incomplete to Deebo Samuel. Jake Moody, field goal good. Like, no running. Right? This is off of our defense giving us a fumble recovery at our own 33. That's just the first part. That's the first half of that game. All right. Now that's the first 2 drives of that game. So let's go back. Vikings. This is a loss. Okay. Let's go into the first 3 drives. First drive, punt, 3 plays, 7 yards, a minute 35. You guys starting to see a trend here? Second week in a row, we can't have a drive. We can't get a first down in a drive. So there's 2 weeks in a row. First drive, first play. 1st and 10 at the 30. Brock Purdy, pass to Kyle Juszczyk for 5 yards. Come out passing, right? 2nd and 5. Brock Purdy is in the shotgun. Pass to Brandon Ayuk for 2 yards. 3rd and 3. Brandon Ayuk is in the shotgun again. Brock Purdy, incomplete short left pass to Deebo Samuel. 4th and 3, done. All right. Minnesota gets the ball, and this is going to happen every game, guys. This is why I'm bringing this up. Our defense is going to come out hot. They just don't have the depth. What happens? Next play, punt. Next drive, punt. Minnesota comes out 9 plays, 33 yards for 3 minutes and 54 seconds, punt. All right. Boys get the ball back. All right. They get the ball back. 1st and 10 at our 20. Brock Purdy, pass to George Kittle, out of bounds, right? 1st and 10 at the 45. Jordan Mason gets a run, right? Penalty, holding, first run of the game. First run of the game. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It takes us 6 plays to get the first run of the game against the Vikings. He runs for 10 yards. It's a holding by Deebo Samuel. Got to come back. Now we're at 1st and 20. 1st and 20 from the 35. Pass from Brock Purdy to Juwan Jennings. All right, for 12 yards. 2nd and 8. Jordan Mason gets the ball, 3 yards. for 3 yards. 3rd and 5, Brock Purdy pass. First 2 drives, we ran the ball twice. First 2 drives. Vikings get the ball, field goal. 5 plays, 20 yards in 2 minutes and 10 seconds. Right? We get the ball, 15-yard drive, 88 yards, 9 minutes and 18 seconds, and we turn over on downs. So, as we turn over on downs, let's look at this. Sorry about that, guys. I needed to quiet my phone. My bad. As we turn over on downs, 1st and 10, shotgun, penalty, false start on Trent Williams. 1st and 15, shotgun, short right pass to Deebo Samuel, 1 yard. 2nd and 14, Mason, left in, 8-yard run. 8-yard run. 3rd run of the game. So Jordan Mason's giving you first run. Jordan Mason gives you, sorry, I'm not even looking at it right. First run, Jordan Mason gives you a 10-yard run. That's a holding penalty. The 2nd run, he gives you a 6-yard run. 3rd run of the game, he gives you an 8-yard run. So Jordan Mason is showing success within the first 3 runs, but it's taking him 3 drives to get 3 runs. Hold on, there's no call-in link? Hold on. There is a call-in link. The call-in link is pinned. The call-in link is pinned in the chat, guys. If you can't see the call-in link in the chat, let me know. All right. But I digress. What I will say is that it's taking us a long time to get to our bread and butter. And after a 3 and 4 start, is it fair to ask, do we have a bread and butter? Do they know what they do well yet? Right? So we'll take it from here. Hey, got to get my guy in here. Terradon, what's good, brother?
You got it, my man. How you doing today? How you doing?
And how are you, man?
I'm all right, man. You're right in terms of identity. I think you're in the right church. Let's move the pew a little bit. I think we have the identity, but we're not walking in the identity. It's already been established. You are a run, innovative, and play action efficient team.
Mm-hmm.
But we trying to be like the new teenager in college or in high school. We're trying to get away from who we are. And when you try to do that, you're going to go through some growing pains, or it ain't going to look right. You're going to get a new outfit and try to impress the boys or something like that. Man, you don't wear no leather pants, man. What you trying to do?
That ain't who you are, bro. That ain't you.
What you got on, man?
Be where your feet are.
Yeah. Oh, y'all ain't up on this. See,
yeah.
I saw some on Rap City, and I'm gonna try to wear this.
Doing too much,
man. We don't do that around here, man.
Versace make ugly clothes too, bro.
Yes, this don't look good on you. And trying to become the spread happy offense. We're gonna throw it now. Dude, that ain't how we got here. That ain't
right.
That ain't who you are. We mastered the innovative runs that were just so confusing to other defenses. Future Hall of Famers like Luke Kuechly back in the day when Luke Kuechly came out there to Santa Clara and he was confused at seeing misdirection pulls and a runner cut back on a slice. I knew then. I booked my tickets then for, I think it was Miami that year, or I think we was playing Cleveland. And I called my cousin. I said, "Hey, cuz, we played linebacker in high school, college, middle school. Am I looking at what I think I'm looking at?" He said, "Man, they can't handle it. They can't handle it. Everything you've been taught to go with is against you."
Yeah.
You confuse, you run, you hesitating for a split second, and that will open up mismatches, openings, and angles. That's who we are. Establish that run. And now from play fakes, from play action, oh, you sucked up hesitating a minute. As the great Biggie once said, you hesitating, I'm in your mama crib waiting, duct taping, your fam, destiny lays in my waist, gat lays in my waist. Hey, they was in trouble. They was in trouble. And now we trying to do I think Kyle is trying to show, hey, y'all said I can't make a pass, a passing game. Let me show you I got that. I got that in my bag. But Kyle, you ain't gotta impress anybody with your the great Bruce Lee said, I fear the man with one kick who's practiced it 1,000 times or 10,000 times than a guy with 10,000 kicks. That 10,000 kicks, he can't master all of them. But if you do that one thing 10,000 times, oh, now you got something. Now you got something.
I agree, man. There is something to be said about keeping it simple and owning your identity and understanding exactly how to not do it so well that you get it right, but do it so much that we can't get it wrong.
There it is.
And that's how I was coached. That's how I coached, where we didn't do it for success. And that's the thing that I noticed is that when I watch their practice, right? It's on an assembly line. It's periods, just like any other regular practice that we've gone through, right? You're gonna get periods. Your periods gonna be broken up into your team stuff, your individual stuff, and then your specific stuff. We get it. Then we got to put some stuff to the side for special teams, right? So we get it. And then you mix up the days based on what you want to work on, right? So one day may be a blitz pickup day. Another day may be an inside run day, right? Another day may be your Skelly day, your 7-on-7 day, right? So we get all that. But for me, I feel like there was way too much box checking during their practices where it's up, we went through form fit, boop, done. Bah! Next period. Oh, we go through our form fit. Everybody goes through their individuals. Linebackers, get into your zone, get into your blurred vision zone reads. Hey, offensive lineman, get into your stance and starts. D lineman, go over here in the corner, work on your get off. Everybody comes through, do it on air. Kyle goes down here in the corner, throws a couple of picks out here to work on the DBs. Next period. Up, there we go. Now we got team. Everybody come over here. You guys go over here. It was way too cookie cutter, right? By the third day of practice, you knew what was coming. You understood exactly what period was coming. You knew what Kyle was going to do. Period 6, phones down. Period 5, it was way, it wasn't going through the motions.
You just doing it to check the block. You ain't getting nothing out of it. We're not working on the specifics, and we wouldn't dare. You're supposed to stop. Hold on. No. Start all over again. I don't care about no time. You're a professional football player. You get paid millions. We're going to be out here until you get this right.
Thank you. You mean to tell me, and that's what kills me. It didn't bother me that the energy was down at camp. That didn't bother me. What bothered me is that everybody was culpable. Like everybody was turning a blind eye.
Yes.
Like you're gonna get a team that's gonna be out of shape. You're gonna get a team that's gonna be that's not gonna be motivated. You're gonna get a team that once the pads come on, the second day after pads is gonna be sluggish than the first day. So all of that is normal, right? That's what camp is for.
A couple fights.
Couple fights here.
Somebody got to throw up.
Come on.
Some hazing going on. It's all good.
That's camp, right? But what you don't expect, what I didn't see is Kyle hanging a foot in somebody's ass during camp. I didn't see that, right? Yeah. What I didn't see are horrible team periods and Coach Forrester being so beside himself that he snatches his whole unit out of the drill. Like, nah, this ain't our standard.
Somebody need to go off out here. Somebody need to set it up.
Come on, bro.
I'm gonna throw it on subordinate leadership. I'm gonna throw it at the Fred Warners. I'm gonna throw it at a Nick Bosa. I'm gonna throw it at, a couple of them weren't in camp, but Brock, hey, go ahead and do it, man. This your team.
Right.
Hey, what the hell are you running? Come back here, Rook. Look at me. Yeah. Look at me.
I didn't see and it's not and to be clear, anybody listening to this conversation can say, man, so coach just wants them to go out there and yell. Man, coach these are professionals. You're not going to do. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is I didn't see any correction. Right? I didn't see I didn't see anybody protecting the standard, right? Yeah. A team that is self-aware stops practice in the middle of that practice and says, our effort is bullshit right now.
Yeah.
We at period 8 and we got 8 more to go. Dog, I have been in practices where we did the whole practice over.
We would stop it right in the middle of it. Bill Jarvis would say, all right, y'all a little lax today. I'm going to help y'all out.
Let's go back out. Stretch out. Let's go back out.
Go back and stretch. All right. We're going to do this again.
We're doing it all over again.
And if we can't, we're going to put the toes on line. DBs, you first. Wide receivers, you second. I'm going to get y'all energy up. Let me help you.
That's what you keep the fans away for. That's what you kick the media out for, so you can deal with them that way, right?
Yeah.
But when you they friend, you see what I'm saying? When you they friend,
I can't be your friend, man. I cannot
your
have
friend.
Friends out here. If you want friends, you go to Houdini. 1984, how many of us have them? You and your girlfriend were so tight, you took her out with you and your guy last night. It ain't friends here. I gotta have a team. I can't visit with y'all in Cabo. I can't go to the rap shows with you. I'm gonna have to put foot in you every now and again, because this is my job. This is my stuff on the line. This is everything that goes on that field is either what I have instructed or I allow you to do. That's it.
Hey,
and you the direct reflection of the coach and the attitude of the coach. But if we buddy and hey, Debo, go ahead and get off, man. Hey, Juice, I know we don't use you for much, but hey, it don't matter if you get blocked and blown up by a DB. Hey, man, we'll talk about it in Cabo. Maybe we got a story. My ties all around. I can't have that.
Can't have it. And my thing is that, and before we get out of here, because we got them piling up. But
okay, brother.
Before we get out of here, man, I need your predictions for the Dallas game. Give me just your expectations, what you think is going to happen, and give me a quick score prediction. Go ahead.
We have got to be alert on special teams. We can't have special teams breakdown this week. I am hoping they're going to police themselves up and we're going to have an excellent special teams covering Turpin, because he will go the distance quick, fast, in a hurry. They already know you weak on special teams. Get the special teams right. They lend themselves to running the football. We have to commit to running the football and being 49er football. Do that. And from that, then go to play action, then go to some screens. Let me see some rub routes in mesh. This should be easily a 10-point win. If we start accepting mediocrity, mistakes, and turnovers and all that stupid stuff, we in for a slog. But I'm calling brother. It 30-20. 30-20, the San Francisco 49ers. By 10 o'clock, we'll know tomorrow night.
Holla at you, brother. Thank you, Terradome. Love your support,
Blessings,
man.
my brother.
All right, man. Drew James. What's going on, Drew?
Coach, what's up?
How you doing, brother?
Good, man. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
Okay, good. Yeah, I'm just sorry. I don't mean I probably will be quick. I'm just waiting here downtown Detroit. I'm just waiting for my fiance to get her hair done. So I figured I'd give you a call real quick.
Hey, man.
I don't know if
Honey-do
you can.
list.
Yeah,
Happy
I don't know
life,
if you
happy
can. I don't know
life.
if you can see it, but that's Tiger Stadium right here in Ford Field, just
Oh, that's
across
a
the
beautiful
way.
view, bro.
Yeah, no doubt. Yep. I just talked to guys here from Florida actually to watch the Lions play the Titans tomorrow. So that's pretty cool.
That's gonna be a good watch. Scout them for us.
That's what I said. Yeah. No, the Lions are for real. But anyway, not to stay off topic. But no, kind of what you guys were just talking about. I just think the attention to detail with this team has just simply gone out the window. Like, kind
Right.
of complaining and just, whether it be the leaders of the team or it's obviously Kyle doesn't really hold up much of a standard. And I don't know. You know what I mean? So we can go on and on with that. But
Right.
I don't know. I also wanted to say I just really appreciate your game show watches. Those are a lot of fun. I think everybody, really likes those that you're doing those. So yeah, no, it's
Thank you, bro.
yeah, man, no, it's good stuff. And then your film reviews too. It always reminds me of being back in the film room at 6 a.m, with the O-line or with the with the quarterbacks or whatever. So yeah, no, that's good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, good stuff. But
Thank you.
back to no, keep it up. We all appreciate it. I'm sure I'm speaking for everybody here. So no, I just wanted to say a few things. I mean, as far as this Dallas games go, they got to run the ball, but do they have the identity to do it? I don't know. I mean, it sure doesn't help that Mason's not healthy. I mean, it sure doesn't. Guerrero doesn't have the experience. I think they've been lacking on making a move for a running back. I mean, there's got to be somebody out there that can carry the rock for him, but I don't know. So we'll see how this all goes. But I think the edges can be attacked. But and one other thing that bothers me about the play calling too is like I don't see, like, for instance, Cowing. He seems a little uneasy still. He doesn't really have his role yet. But like, why not give him some jet sweeps? Why not get him on the edges with his speed? Same with Guerrero. Just get him in motion, hand him the ball, and let him go off the edges. I think that way they don't have to make a read, cutting back or whatever. They can just simply get to the edge, in or out, go. So we'll see what they do with that, but I think that's another way to get the young guys involved because, and what's odd to me is that, like, Kyle will put Cowing back there to return punts, but that's a big bright spotlight for a guy that doesn't have a lot of experience, but you won't put him on offense with the other 11 guys. It's just kind of strange. So I don't know. I feel like, if anything, go with the veteran back there and go, get him mixed in, get him comfortable, things like that, kind of like what the Chiefs do with Worthy, things of that nature. But no, we'll see. I mean, this defense has got to come up too, and then special teams is obviously a glaring issue for this team. I know. In that Seattle game, we were giving them a lot of praise for coming to play and getting that stop last week on the fake punt and all that. But at the same time, it's way too lackadaisical all the time. It's way too many. A big play at the sideline and boom, all of a sudden Chiefs are in range again, and just can't have that. The little stuff always adds up, as you know. So. No, I don't know. I think the only problem with Dallas, I think that Overshown kid, that linebacker that they have, he's a real problem. But I don't know. The fact that Parsons out, I think they should be able to handle them offensively. Just establish the run, keep it simple, that kind of thing. And I don't know. It'll be a good test for them heading into the bye. They got to be 500 though. So we'll see.
One thing I will tell you about Overshown is he's more of he wants to pin his ears back, right? So his pass rush grade is through the roof, right? It's almost clipping in the 70th percentile at PFF. But one thing about him is that his run defensive grade is horrible. It's like in the 40th percentile. So you got to run at him, right?
At him. Yep.
You got to run right at him. You got to force him to do his job. And also, just to kind of piggyback on the younger guys getting opportunities, that comes with the caveat, in my opinion. I want the young guys to play because I know that there's growth there. There's a ceiling, right? They're going to get better. Yeah. But it's almost like you got to be a father on this one. They're going to crap their pants along the way. So you got to have some grace, right? So we can get Malik Mustafa coming down into the box, blowing up tackles, sacrificing his body. But then we can also get him taking a bad angle on Patrick Mahomes and getting ran over. So it's like you got to take the salt with the sugar. So yeah, so
Yep.
that's all I would say is that I have a ton of leeway for the young guys screwing up. That's why I defend Garindo the way I do.
Yep.
Yeah, like I'm just like it's like, dude, I'm not talking about him like he's been here 3 years. He's a rookie. Like, oh, he's not better. He's not what he said he was. Then coach him.
Yeah,
like you picked him.
The lack of I agree. I totally agree.
It's like I don't like how we treat draft picks like baseball cards. Like open up a pack, see what we got. Oh, no good. Don't like this one. Throw that one to the side. Oh, we got this one. This one hits. It's just like, dude, you have to be able to do something with them. Right,
use it somehow, right? That's what you always,
exactly.
Like, you only, and especially in you have 50 to 52, 50 guys, honestly, minus the specials. I mean, you have to. Everybody has to have a certain role and a task, and they need to be excellent at it. There's no room for this. I mean, I totally agree with that. And one other thing, like how the Rams managed to somehow beat the Vikings, obviously minus the face mask, but
the Rams look good.
The Rams look good, and and another I saw like obviously I think McVay right there, like he just has that. We've all been talking about Brock this week about how like he seemingly doesn't have command of the offense to audible or change the play or simply just move the line, whatever it may be. He doesn't have that autonomy, but Stafford certainly does. In fact, that like I noticed they took the play clock down to where they had to use 2 timeouts in the first half. But that's the point. Like they're manipulating to the last second almost. Making the Vikings. Yeah, sure. The Vikings are giving them a look, taking it, making them reassess, and then the Rams are countering off of it. And that's good stuff. And then I feel like that's what's lacking from Kyle, from Brock, and really just kind of like the whole team. We get locked into what we're going to do. We just hammer it, and it's either going to work or it's not. We don't really care, and that's not the way to do business. You get dropped into something, you got to make it work somehow. I mean, something may go wrong. Just like with Ayuk getting hurt. I mean, there we go. So now what do? You got to adjust on the fly. You can't just be so adamant of what you want to be. You have to be able to adapt, and just like the Chiefs do, just like the Rams managed to do. So little things like that. I don't know. We'll see if they can actually change and adapt, because otherwise they're just going to keep going downhill, so I'm hoping for the best, and now or never. So that's
awesome, bro. Hey, talk to you, man. Hey, I will say this. I agree with a lot of your thoughts and sentiments about the team. But it's on them ultimately. Like they got to find an identity. They got to get themselves together, right? They screwed around in the offseason, didn't necessarily have the best offseason that they should have. And now, some of their chickens are coming home to roost. So it is what it is.
Same with the offensive line thing you've been handling. Like the fact that they didn't address that. I know you and Tom, I believe it is. You guys, the fact that they did not address the offensive line in this draft is just horrendous. And I think the fact that it's criminal. It's criminal. And I think that, the fact that as soon as they got Trent, I was always under the impression, okay, great, you got Trent. He's a crapshoot. I mean, he's 50-50. He may, he's already walked from the game away once, not by choice, whatever. But you have to have security, especially at that position. And quite honest, as you know, the O-line has to. That is the fundamental part of the team. I mean, it has to be secure. And the fact that they still haven't done anything about that, it's just, it's criminal beyond belief. I mean, that's.
I'll close with this.
Yeah.
And I know. I know that. Trent, I know a lot of 49ers fans don't have the stomach for this, but Trent Williams didn't get his all-world cachet until he came here.
Exactly.
He was not a first round. He was not a first team all-pro at Washington, ever. No. All of that came along with the minutia and the momentum of our window, our Super Bowl window. Joe Staley being in that position and us basically shoehorning Trent right into that. Trent was out of football for an entire year before he came back. So like, let's just kind of like understand how narratives can switch in the blink of an eye. But right now, Trent is paid. He's got guaranteed money. And the same way that we scrutinize Brandon Ayuk, the same way that we scrutinize Deebo Samuel, Nick Bosa, Trent Williams is right aligned with all of that. So,
I hear you. Yes, coach. Yep.
Hey, but we'll talk, brother. Thank you for calling in, man.
Yes, sir. Yep. Good stuff. Look forward to the game this tomorrow, and yep, keep doing your thing, man. We appreciate it.
Tune in, bro. Thanks for the support, man. Nick.
What's up, Coach?
Let's go, Nick. How you doing, man?
Good. How are you?
Good, brother. What you been up to? Let's get the. Come on, man.
Just watching my Yankees. Unfortunately,
watching your Yankees. I
Yeah.
know. I'm walking here.
Yeah, bad loss last night, but I'm not here to that. I'm here to talk some 49ers ball. So, I want to get your opinions on what should we look for at the trade deadline? Because, like, for me personally, if there's one position that if John and Kyle was like, what position should we look for? I'm thinking another bookend opposite of Nick Bosa. That's what because for me, I was listening to the conversation you previously had with a couple of people that hopped on. I'm under the impression of, like, I know we lost Ayuk, but Pearsall, Cowing, like we just got to play him. I don't want to trade for like a Cortland Sutton or Deontay Johnson. Like, I don't think that really does much for us. Go get me another pass rusher, and we can hopefully make it more. Because I have more faith in the defense this year making the corrections in order to be better than the offense right now. I don't know how you feel.
I think the defense is actually kind of like the most unsung unit of the team right now.
What else did you want them to do against the Chiefs?
They don't have the depth, bro.
Yeah.
Like, and for what they are, that I feel like if there's anybody getting the most out of what they can do right now, it's the defense.
100%.
Right? We could talk about Devondre Campbell now. Yo, just get ready. I'm about to shoot Devondre Campbell some bail. But look,
hit me.
Devondre Campbell has been a dumpster fire. But at least there has not been one time where I have questioned Devondre Campbell's effort. Right? Like,
no, 100%. 100%. 100%.
But he's not doing that 100%.
I could live with the mistakes here and there, but like you said, the effort, as long as he's giving me 110%, what are you gonna do about it?
That.
Yeah, I mean,
but with the offense, man, they have been DOA, bro. Like,
and it's the little things too. Like, I forget what play it was, but we did like the play action bootleg, and we sent Saubert and I want to say maybe Banks or someone across the formation to block that one defensive end, and they tripped over each other. Mm-hmm. Like, they're just not executing the small things. So how can I expect them to do the big things right? If they can't
and that's the thing. I said this, and I stopped saying this, by the way. But for the first month of the season, I kept saying the first 5 games is their training camp. The first 5 games is their training camp. They didn't really have a training camp. We got to let them play together. Guys, like, it's got to come from somewhere, right? Yeah. And look, all of that is fine. But damn it, we don't play 7 games.
Right, yeah.
We're 2 games past that conversation. And in my opinion, it's Kyle. All right, so this is what I mean by it's Kyle. It's like, how can I say this? Man, mess with the one that like you, not the one you like. Okay?
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Understand what you have. Try to utilize that. Don't keep running an offense for players that don't do that shit no more. You can't run the Christian McCaffrey offense without Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah.
Riddle me that, Batman. Like, you can't. Come on. Like,
no, you're 100% right.
I think he does not like the optics of what it would take for the offense to truly be successful. You know why? Because it would look ugly. Because it wouldn't look good. And you know what it also would say? Kyle knows that they can't air the ball out. Kyle knows that they can. But so what? Why are we wasting all of these plays on shit we know they can't do?
Right.
Why are we going 5 wide in the red zone?
No, totally.
Why are we doing that, pray tell? Why? I don't understand that. Why are we going play action when we've only ran the ball twice on a drive? Like, why? You have to earn play action. Dude, I'm going to tell you, a lot of this is Kyle's ego. Like, he just don't want to go to school with the corny Christmas clothes on. He wants the starter jersey, right? He wanted some Timbs and he got some lugs, and he don't want to wear the lugs to school. Wear the lugs, Kyle.
Right.
Wear the lugs.
And it almost feels like I would have thought last Sunday against the Chiefs would have gave him like a tutorial in person to see how Andy Reid's like, listen, I don't care how it looks. Mahomes throws 2 picks. I don't care how it looks. We're gonna win this game. I don't care.
Yeah.
But with Kyle, it's actually weird because
no, baby, come back, baby. Nick, I'm sorry, brother. Callie. Oh no, he's back. You good?
Me?
Oh, bro, that was quick. You were code blue for a second. I almost pulled the plug on you.
In.
All right, hop back in. Callie.
What's up, Coach?
What up? What's good?
Man, hey, man. Say, man.
I heard of the clean bubble struggle, but you got the purple bubble struggle. Like, what's going on? What you got, bruh?
Man, hey, I just got to give you props, though. First and foremost, your breakdown of the offensive line, the Niners need to hire you, straight up. The Niners,
no, they don't. Don't do that.
Hey, I'm gonna build your ego up regardless, because for real, I've been saying Banks and Brindle. And I love Jesse, but for the first 5 games of the season, Jesse kept trying to use these weird stats to say the offensive line is good. The offensive line is good. I'm like, no, Jesse, it's the eye test. You got to see with your eyes, not what these stats are telling you, because stats only give you a certain part of the story. So when you were breaking down the film and showing it takes 2 steps, right? How Pooney would take 2 steps and then get in position. These are the little things, the nuances of the game that's going to actually help the run. That's going to help the play action. That's going to give Brock Purdy another half a second because he's back there with happy feet. He's back there. He don't know what's going on because the inner clock and within him is being sped up because of what he's seeing, the eye test. So I just got to give you your props on that 100%. I love the passion. But we really got to figure out what's going on with the aggression. There's no aggression. The team is playing soft. You got some grown men playing really, really soft. Like they just have been. It's like you know how you just been balling for so long. You feel like your name alone is gonna get you there. It's not gonna get us there anymore. We don't even have the same kind of players. We don't even have the same. I'm sorry, but I've been called out Bosa. This man got paid so much money. He barely started showing up really as an edge. Like his main the position, how he should be playing. And I've always said it is containment. We don't need you to get sacks. It's not about sacks. If you can force him, to stop to hold the edge and let your D tackles go ahead and rush, we're good. But when you start doing this weird thing where you gotta get sacks and your numbers gotta be right. That's why he gets hyped when he gets a sack. He's looking at the sideline, looking at the crowd like, yeah, this is why I get paid. No, you get paid to hold containment, hold that edge. If you can hold, huh?
These are the shots that you're getting right now from the chat. They owe you.
I'm saying though, what are we doing?
Wait a minute. Nick Bosa does not need to get sacked. Nick Bosa does not need to get sacks. Are you tripping? Nick Bosa needs to get all the sacks.
No, because in the game when we played Arizona, he was trying to get the sacks. And look what happened. In so many games, when the sacks will come, right? It's like if you put in the work, it will come. When you force it, it won't. And then you put your defense and your team in a position where we're losing 50, 40 yards, right? It's like when it's there, go for it. But in certain times, these players are trying to do way too much. Just believe in it and it will happen. But they don't believe in why? Because of the coaching. And speaking of coaching, well, why is Brock Purdy 27% on third down? 27%. My man is very inefficient. Is it the play calling? Is it the offense? I don't know what's going on, but 27% is not cutting it. And then we're not dialing up blitzes as well. The one or two games we started dialing up blitzes, it worked in our favor. We need to come with better schemes on offense and on defense. I don't know what you think. Tell me if I'm wrong.
No, I don't think you said a lot. And I'm going to tell you right now, I don't disagree with most of what you said. The Nick Bosa stuff just threw me off at the time because I think that for the money that he's getting, there's really no job description that he shouldn't be. Nick Bosa should be handing out the popcorn, to be in the water boy. He should be in the parking lot directing people onto the highways. For the money that we're paying him, Nick Bosa better be doing everything. He better be singing the national anthem. He better be doing everything. So I agree with you. You know, all I'm saying is that this is my thing. You pay a guy like Nick Bosa to be an anchor of your defense, and we just haven't seen that anchor, to simply put, right? So what I will say about Kyle and the coaching staff is that Kyle's coaching staff has been poached and bled year after year after year after year. And finally, we're into a point right now where I don't know, does Kyle need to open up his mouth and say that he actually needs help? One thing about Kyle is that he's traditionally an offensive coordinator and a head coach. But if I'm being fair to Kyle, with all of the takes put to the side, with all of my jokes, right? Honestly, if I was talking to Kyle man to man, I would tell Kyle that he needs to relinquish offensive coordinator duties. He does.
Yes.
You need to stop. You need to learn. You need to be a head coach. If I could tell him one thing, right? That's what I would tell him. So go ahead.
No, sorry, not to cut you off. Maybe that will help broccoli. Maybe that will help broccoli. You know, got vegetable arms out there. Broccoli need to get it together because 27% on third down. I'm changing jerseys. I'm changing jerseys in the middle of the game because I'm so superstitious. I got the gold, the red, then I'm wearing the white. I'm frustrated out here. My little son is a year. He's 14 months. We switching his jerseys out during the game. We don't know what's going on. We both crying up the TV.
Dog, did you call him broccoli? You called my man broccoli. He said he had the vegetable arm. You can throw little shots, bro. I've been hearing you, man.
Hey, man, I'm in there. Red shorts all year. And then what was up with that too? Well, real quick, since I got an opportunity,
talk to me.
Why he ain't go after Ricky? You know what I'm saying? Why he ain't go after Ricky? Ricky wasn't wearing no black shorts. Ricky wasn't wearing no, but he want to attack my man in red shorts all year, and he showed him love. Yo, come on, man. I don't know about Lyle. Lyle,
Hey, don't do that because I see what you try to do. You try to snipe the conversation. You try to do something. I see what you're doing. You see that evil laugh. I see the shots you taking. I see you right now. Don't do that. Look, for what it's worth, BA gets a break. He's mending. He's done. I kind of like, if a guy's done for the year, I'm gonna just let him live. You know, I you know what I mean? He's had a really rough year, right? I mean, he's got generational money, but for it to all end this way, I would say that if BA could be completely honest with all of us, him and his family, him taking a break after all of this is kind of something that's kind of like needed in a sense. So, you know, I'll leave BA alone for a year because I'm on his neck when he comes back. I'm telling you.
Oh, hey, I'm gonna have to come on when he comes back because I'm gonna show you how it's not BA, bro. Look at the game where Jennings threw his helmet down on the ground. The way Broccoli is not leading these receivers. He's actually leading them. What did Martin Luther King say? I feel like I'm leading my people into a burning building. This man, Broccoli Arms, is leading our receivers into a burning building, and they're getting punished. They are literally getting punished. He even had to apologize to Debo in one of the games where he said, "Oh, I should have led you. You probably would have got a tutty." You know what I mean? This is broccoli arms. We have to realize this man was last for a reason. He's good, but he's not nowhere near what some of these fans. I'm a huge fan, raised in the Bay. But y'all know what I'm saying? This man is broccoli arms. He is causing a lot of harm. Bars.
All right, son, I'm gonna holler at you, bro. All
right, let's be easy.
Dre, get at me, man. Dre, you got to be quick because Nick is waiting because he fell off. And look. If you work from home, you'd be fired right now. Excuse me, Mr. Day. Can you please unmute your mic?
This Dre Day, right?
What's good, brother?
All right, I want to say, brother to brother, real quick, man. I'm proud of everything that you've been doing. I'm from New York, and I still support the 49ers. What made me a fan of the 49ers is the way Jim Harbaugh created the team. We was big and bad, and we ran the ball heavy, and I believe that is what true 49ers football is, and we can't get back to that because we are under the Kyle Shanahan regime, and we've been under his regime for 8 years. I'm running through a lot of stuff, man. Let me see. Yeah, basically that's it, man. Look, we got the trenches, the defensive line and the offensive line needs to be invested in through free agency and next year's draft if we're going to go and move forward with Brock Purdy. Why is that? Because Brock Purdy is not an elite quarterback. He's good enough. He's another Joe Flacco. He needs support. He needs a rock solid defense. So what we need to do if Kyle's going to stay, look, the line, bolster it up, the defensive line, we need depth. We need rotation, guys. We need rotation. Right now, what we can do right now to win the Super Bowl this season is get another edge to help Bosa. So when Bosa wants to relax and BS, we got another monster, and we will have Floyd as well. Look, man, so much to say. We got to get back to having depth in the trenches and being a big, bad, rough and tough 49ers. We can be rough and tough and run heavy with Kyle and all of his gadgets and Ricky Parcell and all his wide receivers. That's the problem here, guys. I'm going to close in saying this. Kyle Shanahan is suffering and is going down because if you're going to create a football team and you're going to put money or save money by not paying your offensive line, and you're going to save money to give bonuses to your receivers, that's a bad recipe for disaster because you're not going to protect your quarterback over the years, and that's a recipe for disaster on success. You need protection up front. You need a wall up front, and go Niners. And, bro, keep doing your job, man. I'm so happy. Every time you do a show, I'm tuning in, man. I'm so happy for you, my brother. It's deeper than football. It's deeper than football.
I be feeling the energy, Dre. I feel the energy through the chat. I know your engagement is there, bruh. I feel you, bruh. Thank you for supporting, bro. Keep supporting, man.
And one last thing, I'm the one that put the fires on. Like when you look on the chat and you be seeing all of the fire flames.
I know. I can tell, dog. You ain't gotta tell me that you are a hot 97 baby all day. You be putting the flames in there. I know you be dropping flex bombs in my chat. I can tell you from the city, dog. I'll talk to you, brother. Thank you. Manhattan, John, let's go. How you doing,
Coach?
brother? How you
Good,
doing?
man. Nice Saturday here in New York City. Went to the farmer's market, was going to hit up Bed Bath & Beyond, but didn't have time. So here I am to talk 49ers.
No, you're having a very, you're like having an Earth Tones day. Everything.
I keep trying different shit that works good, like in the video chat. And I've done iPads. I did that webcam that made me look like I was Max Headroom from the 80s. Finally, I figured out like PC laptop, Google Chrome browser, and then just link my AirPods to my new laptop, and that shit works. So,
bro, you sound like you want to get into production, bro. Hit me on my Twitter, and I'll talk to you about everything you need. Like you see me fuck it all up, so I can tell you.
All right, wait, is there music?
Huh?
I'm just kidding, man.
No,
wait, is there music?
No, oh my God, no. Remember that show?
Best.
Yes.
I really thought you were onto something from an entertainment perspective where you could really just have like an audio track playing and bring dudes in that are funny. And then someone serious like Brother Bob talking 49ers shit with someone just dancing like Gammon. That is like the most entertaining shit I've ever seen. I don't know how you couldn't do it like all the time, but I thought it was like a new format almost.
Yeah, there's some things that we're going to do. My biggest thing is the visions that I have for the ideas and what will YouTube say about that, right? So if it wasn't for YouTube, bro, like I honestly, you know, all of us are here on YouTube, but I am, you know, technologically, you know, literate. So I would love to go to Kick or Twitch. And man, if you guys like these streams, what I could do on Twitch would be crazy, but we're kind of strapped by YouTube. But anyway, go ahead.
Sure. Yeah, and you know, props to the community that you built thus far. And man,
thank you.
You gotta love our optimism. Do you remember our talk just leading into that Chiefs game? Like, oh man, you know, this is the worst Chiefs team we've ever seen. I think we're gonna be good. And then by the time the game started, the end of the first quarter, we're like, we literally have no wide receivers.
What in the hell is going on? Like, dude, yo, my girlfriend, like, sometimes we'll be like laid up and she'll just like watch my old videos and just kind of look at me and be like, you were so hopeful. Like, look at how hopeful you were. I was like, shut up. Like, what are you talking about? Like, I'm gonna tell you, man. That's the disappointment, because they do fool you. I mean, you look at what they're capable of, and it's a hard time of looking at like what they are and kind of like putting those two together and coming out with a final final value on them.
I keep coming back to Kyle, man, and to me, I think you hit the nail on the head. I think he's just waiting for Christian to come back so he doesn't have to change too much about the offense. And he's been trying to do it, and without Christian's gravity on the field, they just sputter and die. And what more could you ask for from our defense against the Chiefs, man? If they give you the ball 2 times and then you do not score 2 times, you're going to lose to the Chiefs. Like, you're going to capitalize on every single turnover. And
there's nothing you can do.
There are some markers in the offense that are impressive, though. Like, I'm looking at Garendo, and I think everyone's main point on him is he just doesn't have running back instincts or vision, but it seems like he's progressing little by little. And this might be a game where if he's put enough of it together, we could see a really big performance with him, like 2 home run plays, maybe. Right?
Yeah,
so I'm hopeful.
I want him to find his. I want him to find his groove, Matt. I mean, John. I'm sorry, man. Like, I think that they traded up for him. They traded up for him, right? So I think that he deserves.
How many 230-pound 4-3 running backs are? That's like Bo Jackson shit.
Yeah, they're not laying around, and I think they're forced. I think that they should be forced to play him, right? Yeah. Like I coached in. All right, so I had it on both sides. Like, I coached at like a smaller school, so I coached at a D2 school, right? And at my D2 school, you know, we didn't really have the luxury of like not coaching kids. You know, of saying like, oh, this kid's not good enough or he can't get it. It was like,
because there's only like 50 of you instead of 150.
Dog, you can't say that shit in a meeting. Like, yeah, you know, fuck that kid. He's not like, what? Like, dude, you recruited him. We spent real money on him. Like,
he's also on kickoff and kickoff return too, because you're a small team. You know, like
together. Like, what are you talking about? And I understand that, you know, when you're higher on the totem pole and you're dealing, like, you know, you're higher on the food chain also with like, you're dealing with the best athletes in the world. You know, you don't have to coach guys up. I get that. But being able to coach like from a granular perspective where you can like link up with a kid, understand his psyche, and like coach the best things that he knows how to do, that's like a survival instinct as a coach, because that's the shit that's going to keep you from getting fired, right? Like, that's the stuff that keep a season from being mediocre to completely just falling off, and you lose the locker room. And that one thing about losing too that people don't understand is that when you lose as a fan, okay, the team sucks, cool, but you go back to your life. Right? Like, we'll be upset with this, but we all got to go to work on Monday. Sure. Right? But with them is that when they lose, they start looking at the coach, because we don't know what Kyle has told them, right? To gain their confidence, to make them believe that they're a winning team, right? And honestly, one of the biggest things from Kyle is players they all love like his honesty. He's going to tell you like it is. He's going to be able to let you know. But it's like, I wonder if he's holding pat now, if he's still being that guy now, right? Where he could say, I mean, I'll ask this. I would really want to know this from like a guy like somebody who's been there with Kyle for a while, like Jimmy Ward or somebody, and just ask them like, has Kyle ever apologized to the team? Like, forget us, right?
No way.
Right?
No way, man.
Kyle ever stood up in front of the team and said, you know what? My game plan was ass. I screwed it up. Guys, you guys bailed me out. You know, kudos to you guys because I didn't have it today.
I've never seen him take ownership of any of the problems. He has said the team played like shit and we got our asses kicked and everything like that, but he's never said, and that's on me. That type of growth, I think, is what he needs for him to get to that next level. Because just like how Jim Harbaugh was like the greatest leader of men, even after a while, people are like, you know what? That shit gets old after 5 or 6 years. And so maybe Kyle is the greatest offensive mind in the game. But I'd give up a little bit of that to get just a little bit more leadership out of him, you know? Because leadership can get you in these games when it's a close 12-12 game and help you like convince people to do the right things at the right time, right? Exactly. But he just sits over there with the Denny's menu out when shit goes wrong.
It's the Denny's menu.
He just like moves on. Like,
so
like I'm leaning towards like, if the rest of the season is a disaster and they buy instead of sell, meaning they're not setting us up for the future, that there be some real consequences for Kyle. I don't know what those are, and I don't think Jed will do anything because he's also a rich kid who was handed everything his whole life. But whatever they can do to motivate Kyle to change a little bit as a person, I think is what's needed and in this team. But who knows? Maybe Christian McCaffrey comes back and our offense looks like it did last year. Maybe Kyle
encouraged.
was right.
If he's back, I want him to be Christian. I want him to be back, right? I can't, or if he's not back, pace him out. He had over 400 touches last year. All right. Christian McCaffrey is officially a package guy, right? And it's up to Kyle to figure out how to do that. But hey, Go ahead.
It'd be so disappointing to not see him try to come up with a balanced plan that incorporates the other running backs and Christian and just go back to like straight Christian 9 plays out of 10. Like what we've seen from Mason, it would just be a waste. And I kind of question Kyle's creativity without McDaniel around to actually like blend the offensive running game. And we've saw what happened when Bobby Turner was gone, right? So we're kind of seeing Kyle getting exposed this season.
We said it last year. I said it last year. I said, what's the matter with getting Jordan Mason some carries to help out Christian? But I just remember at that time, Christian was
into the Super Bowl thinking that we were keeping that a secret and he was going to unleash Jordan Mason.
I remember you bringing that up.
Yeah, man. I was waiting for it. I was like, wait till they see our ground and pound. This is going to get dropped on a mid-game. Like, he never
happened. No, what it shows is that Kyle is all about, all right, it works, don't touch it, right? And that's on the very first call, me and Terradome were on, and I told him the edict of how I coached or how I got coached was, we don't do it till we get it right. We do it until we can't get it wrong. Like, that's how we rep it. And I feel like a lot of what Kyle's scheme is, okay, that works. Let's move on. Okay, that works. Let's move on. We got 10-play script of what works. Oh, we're going to go after this linebacker. We're going to go after that corner. We're going to utilize this. And a wrinkle completely unravels everything, right? It's not about having a plan B, right? Having a script coming into a game says only one thing about you. You're prepared.
Right.
That doesn't have anything to do with you calling the game. And I think that Kyle believes that he can call games on Saturdays and show up on Sundays and it's all going to work. And he's had a lot of success doing that. And now he's realizing that people have found a way how to get a hold of him on Saturdays and say, hey, nah, Kyle, we're not falling for this shit anymore, bro. Like, we know, watch this. Exactly. right? And really the antithesis of beating up on Kyle is just chaos, because he relies on you following your rules. But what if you're dealing with somebody who's not willing to follow the rules?
Right. And I mean, Kyle's template is out there. The number of coaches that are learning how to beat the Shanahan offense is only growing year over year. If we do make a change, I'd be more inclined to go defensive as long as he can get an offensive mind. Like, I'd love to get someone like Brian Flores, who has the formula to beat all the Shanahan offenses that are out there, right? If we're going to move on from Kyle, I mean, I'm not saying we should. He probably deserves more rope.
I give him 2 years. I'm giving him 2 years. I mean, he's earned it. If they don't make the playoffs this year, I'm giving him another year. I'm giving him
all the championship games. The Yorks have made the money they want to make. They're not going to be fast to move on from him.
No, they got a lot. They got a big nut to crack where they stay out there.
They made so much money off of his playoff runs. They bought a freaking soccer team in England.
Come on, dude. So look, we can get into the money all day. I follow the money. That's one of the biggest things that I've learned with organizations. Follow the money first, then you'll understand exactly what their desire is, what they're trying, what their KPIs are, basically, right? Yeah. So
if you think about it, we only have it one step better than the Cowboys. They have an owner who's a GM and a coach, right? We just have an owner who doesn't try to play GM. He hires a GM and a coach, right?
True. And really the owner, I mean, I just think Jed is kind of a figurehead. I mean, I haven't talked about this much, but look, bro, if I was Jed, I'd be livid with John, because you undermine me when you show up when things are bad. Because what it says is that I'm truly not like the authoritative figure in this situation, because you're just
driving the car that I gave you, basically.
Come on, you one up me with your presence, bro, and you only like to show up when we lose, which kind of really shows the fact of why I'm here. Like, if I was Jed, I would be talking to John about that. Like, Dad, you gotta chill out with that shit. Like that makes me look bad. So even if it's true, right? Like, even if it's true, don't do it. Like, come on. So whatever. That's a whole nother conversation. But hey, John. Yeah, great conversation, man. I love your support, bro. Your support. Listen, man, we gotta talk, man. Please hit me on Twitter. Your support has been unwavering since day one, brother. I just wanted to personally have a conversation with you.
You're the only guy who does this, who's put on pads, or one of the few who knows how to talk the talk. I played football too. I tried to make it in the NFL. Unfortunately, my career stopped like in high school. But I played too, man. And you're the only guy who you recreate the ambiance in your channel of that football locker room by the people you bring into the community. And it's awesome because we lose all that after high school for most of us. You know what I mean? And that's what's cool about your show. It kind of makes me feel like a little bit like I'm on a football team.
Like we're still ball players.
Yes.
Yeah. We still ball players, bro. At the end of the day. That's one of the best compliments that I've ever gotten, man. Seeing old teachers or people that knew me when I played, and they're like, God, like you are still. That's what I'm most jealous of when I see guys like Kittle like acting like an idiot, and I'm like, man, they get to go back to that locker room and just be idiots together. And when you're doing it in high school and you're breathing in dirt and like 100-degree weather in Northern California, like you hate it. But then the second you're out of it, you're like, damn, I'll never get that again. Miss it. Yeah, I mean, some of the moments that I wish I can go back to is when I played again, when I was in military school, and when I coached. Those three phases of my life is when I got to be as chaotic and as celebrated for it ever. Like nobody celebrates the strength and the power that you have completely unhinged when it's directed in the right team effort, like football and like the military school that I went to. So, look, man, we're getting older. And everybody's we're all trying to find something, you know what I mean, that still scratches that itch, you know. So I'm privileged. I am so grateful that I found this niche, man. And
it's cool, man. Keep going. You're gonna hit 10K. You're gonna
I hope so, bro. And we're just gonna keep moving, bro. Hey, John, we're gonna talk, man. Always love the engagement, man. Call again, brother.
Thanks. See you.
Talk to you. And this is why you my guy. This is why you my guy.
I felt bad. I had to wait.
This is why you are my guy. because you got off the show, came back, stood pat, held me down.
I got you.
Go, Nick. Go, Nick. Close out the show for us, Nick.
So before I got cut off, I was gonna get a Kyle conversation with you. So I'm sorry if we're gonna repeat a couple things, but
let's go. You got the show. You're closing out the show, brother.
All right, cool. Appreciate that. So what I was gonna say is what you said about Kyle relinquishing OC calling.
Mm-hmm.
That I don't agree with it, but I don't disagree. Like I'm kind of like, but one thing I will say, playing devil's advocate to that point, is like, why did we bring Kyle here in the first place?
To write the script.
Like you don't gotta go in depth if you don't want to, but just like a basic, like why did we bring Kyle here? Obviously we were bad, obviously we all know that. But it was for his offensive prowess, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like, and especially I feel like in the NFL in 2024, look at the really good organizations around the league. All their head coaches are calling the plays in some fashion. Matt LaFleur's calling the plays for the Packers. McVay calls the plays for the Rams. Reed calls the plays for the Chiefs. DeMeco Ryans calls the defense. Kevin O'Connell calls the offense. There's only 2 or 3 CEO head coaches, in my opinion, that are worth it. Tomlin and the 2 Harbaughs. Dan Campbell, I got to see what you look like after Brian Johnson. That's just what it is. So if Kyle relinquishes play calling, like I said, I don't agree or disagree, but then we're asking Kyle to do something that we didn't bring him here to do. Kyle's not the ultra culture builder or Mr. Leadership. That's not what he hangs his hat on. So I feel like you would put Kyle in a tough place. You kind of see what I'm saying?
All right, so I hear that. Yeah. I see your CEO coach argument, and I'll raise you with your mature coached argument. So listen, hear me out.
Yeah, definitely go for it.
So I hear that, and it is a great point, right? Be where your feet are. You don't trying to put a square peg in a round hole with trying to make Kyle be something that he's not, right? And as you said, most coaches are dual responsibility coaches, right? Yeah. Where Andy Reid, dual responsibility coach, right? DeMeco Ryans, dual responsibility coach, right? Matt LaFleur, McVay, right? Dual responsibility. McDaniel is a dual responsibility coach, right?
McDermott in Buffalo.
Right? Calls the defense, right? Sean Payton in Denver calls the offense, right? So I hear all of that. What I will tell you, though, is that Kyle has been on this offense since he was an offensive coordinator.
Yep.
Okay. And we don't even have people that get elevated to play calls, to call plays on this team, right? So this is one thing that I will say. Sean Payton may call plays, but there is definitely a pass game coordinator and a coordinator on that team that gets the offense together for Sean Payton, right?
Yeah.
Okay. If Mike McDaniel was here, right? Mike McDaniel, it's a wonder how Mike McDaniel ever got the opportunity that he did to be a head coach, because he never called plays.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? My problem with Kyle is that I don't see you shake up the process. The biggest wrinkle that I've seen in Kyle's coaching was this offseason, in the preseason.
When he didn't call plays the whole
time. Why giving up? It was the first time ever. And he admitted it, saying that he's never done this.
And he was like, I didn't know what to do with myself. It's like,
I didn't know what to do with
myself. Don't say that. Like,
and for me, what really stuck out when he said that was that there's not much about the game that he thinks is important enough to pay attention to outside of calling plays. Like, my man, what are the biggest issues with Kyle, right? It's not Kyle, the offensive coordinator. It's Kyle, the head coach, that we have a problem with, right? Kyle, the offensive coordinator, needs the head coach to step in to say, no, we're running here. No, we're passing the ball here, right? I think that there's too much control with Kyle, way too much control. He doesn't let anybody else breathe, bro. Like, how in the world do you have an offense that doesn't run hurry up, doesn't run 2 minute, doesn't have hot reads, and the quarterback can't call audibles. That's not an offense. No. That's a scheme.
Yeah, 100. No, 100. You got no disputes from me on that.
Right, and in my opinion, I think that the way Kyle's jobs are structured enables him to carry that on. You need to have more than one person in the group so you can have checks and balances. So you can have somebody that comes in that says, hey, we can't run that because of blah, blah, blah. Who's calling Kyle to tell Kyle he can't run this, right? I understand that Kyle has a script, right? But you mean to tell me that he's right all the time?
Yeah. I mean, look
he's
at this year.
Always right.
Last year, we knew going into a game, it's 7-0, because I think we led the league in like first drive scores for touchdowns. I think we did lead the league, or points maybe it was.
Right.
But this year, we're not doing that. So to your point, it's like Kyle, clearly he's not right 100% of the time. And now with a worse defense and a worse special teams, now we look like what we look like. He's just not having a great year. To your point, when you said to another call, he's just not having a good year. I think that's what it comes down to. And for me, going back on what you said about the preseason, I think what I'm even more worried about, I think he's burnt out.
That's true too. That's a real thing.
Like, I think
being burned out is real.
I think human nature, I think we forget because we analyze what goes on in the field 24/7, which obviously that's what we all do. We're all fans. But I feel like the human nature to this season specifically, I think they're burnt out. Like, it's hard going back and back and back and back and failing.
Yeah.
It's easier to do what the Chiefs are doing. We're striving for a three-peat. We win. This is what we do. We get to January and we win chips. The Niners struggle to get over that, and I feel like whether it's right or not, it's human nature to just be tired and burnt out from it. I feel like that's just kind of what we're dealing with too. Like, I feel like they're having trouble getting up for these games that last year they didn't, or 2 years ago they didn't. It's just like,
I agree.
Because, like, I feel for their mentality, like, legitimately, I feel like they're like, can we get to the playoffs? I don't care if we're 10-7. I don't care. Can we just get there? That's a bad mentality to have.
Right. And I agree with you. And I want to deal with this. I love Steve-O. What's up, Steve-O? I don't like the new avatar. You got to go back to the old one. But anyway, I'll tell you this. I understand that nobody is right 100% of the time. But let's take a walk with me, Steve-O. The reason why we bring up Kyle is Kyle right all the time, facetiously, is because the worst thing that you can have for security of any system is a single point of failure. Okay? A single point of failure means that there's one single element versus this entire system that if it goes down, the entire thing goes down with it. You can't have that. You need non-repudiation and redundancy to be able to keep a single point of failure from happening. And you also need fail-safes to be able to keep this system running. See, you done fucked around and got into some cybersecurity shit with me, Steve-O. I'm about to get at your ass. And because of that, what fail-safes do is they keep the system running against confidentiality, availability, and integrity. And what are those fail-safes if you map over into football? Audibles, hot routes, okay? Being able to have different elements of tempo in the offense if you see that you need to be able to attack something in the now, contemporaneously, if you will. So it's not the fact that Kyle isn't right 100% of the time. It's the fact that Kyle isn't prepared for not being right 100% of the time. And that's why the control that he has over this offense is not good. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, man. I just had to get at you real quick.
That's a fantastic point. That's a great point.
So so that's my thing, is that nobody expects him to be right, but we expect you to understand that you're not going to be right all the time. And that's the problem, where you can't get in front of us and say, oh, well, nobody expected Deebo Samuel to be out. You should have expected Deebo Samuel to not be out. It's your job.
Yeah.
You not. So, look, that's my thing, is that I I feel like there's too many excuses that lend to my plan didn't work, so you can't blame me. That's a lot of what Kyle essentially does when we lose. The plan that I put out.
Sorry, go. Sorry.
No, I'm just saying the plan that I put out didn't get executed. That's why it didn't work. Listen, let me tell you something. At my job, if I told my boss that the preparation that I did didn't work, you know what he would tell me? No shit, Sherlock. That's why we're having the conversation.
Yeah, exactly.
I could have told you that.
Yeah,
it didn't work.
Yeah. So yeah, the last thing I want to hit is, what if I told you that this offseason, instead of him relinquishing play calling duties, he relinquishes being the so-called like number one, like he's got final say on everything. He gives more roster control over to John, and he focuses more on the football side of things. What would you do if I told you that?
I think that may be the new sacrificial lamb. He's running out of scapegoats.
So like he used to have Jimmy.
Yeah.
Now Brock is on a different level, so so now we see Kyle's imperfections a little bit more with Brock than with Jimmy, in my opinion, because of all the reasons you said before. But I feel like if you want to see more growth in the head coach, like we all do, maybe the answer isn't giving up the play calling. Maybe the answer is him just, listen, John, you got more final say than I do now. We've been together for so long now, John. You got to know what I like by now. You got to know. I don't need to be in all these meetings doing X, Y, Z and this and that. I think maybe that could be a lane that he can possibly go into, but I doubt it. I mean, we're talking about Kyle Shanahan here. I mean,
yeah, I mean, I think I'll say this, and I'll close with this, because I want your Dallas prediction as well before we close out. I'll say this. I think that there will be a shift in process if we don't make the playoffs. And I think that it won't come from hey, John, you know what? They'll probably sell it that way to us. Like John and Kyle had a beer. They'll make it all American. They sat down and had a beer and talked it out. And anyway, but they'll try to make it look like it was like a mutual decision. But really, I think that it's going to come from the organization. I think they're fed up. And I think that they're pissed off that they spent all of this money on these guys. And if they don't perform and get us to the playoffs and at least win one game in the playoffs, I think that the organization, it's going to be the Parag show from here on out. It's going to be, hey, you know what? No more of this going through you guys. You guys are, interpreting how the value of these guys to us because we're so far away from the team. Like, no,
Kyle, we're going more coming in my office and just paying whatever you want.
Yeah.
Let's just get the ball rolling.
All of the stories of Kyle getting called in the wee nights of the hour, or Kyle running upstairs because the phone didn't ring, all that shit is dead.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's going to be, hey, give him to us, close the door, give us his agent's number, we'll let you know.
Yeah.
If he makes it, he makes it. If he dies, he dies. Like what it is.
Yeah. So, don't worry, Kyle. You'll have another guy anyway. So if he's not here,
hey, you know what? It's our developmental department. It's our developmental guys that are getting these guys in here anyway. So you can make a suggestion, but the whole final say shit is over. We got final say. So I do believe that will be the shift. So it'll be subtle, right? Because it'll be something that we won't see. But
they will, though.
Yeah. They will. Exactly. Yeah. So, give me your Dallas prediction, bro.
So I got the Niners winning 26-21.
Okay.
I think they have a good first half, score a couple touchdowns, and then staleness when we just kick field goals the rest of the way.
Yeah. Hey, I think
one before I get off, Coach, I just want to say one thing. Love your stuff.
Love your too, man.
Yeah. And I watched like Chase Daniels and JT O'Sullivan's quarterback breakdowns, and one thing that Chase said more than JT, which was interesting, was like, don't get me wrong, Brock was awful on Sunday. We could all say it. It's okay.
Yeah,
Brock
he
lover,
struggled.
Brock hater. He was bad, like, regardless of whatever it is. But I gotta say, dude, where would you like him to throw the ball on some of these plays? Like, no one's
not getting open.
You know what I'm saying? Like, at a point, like, yeah, Brock's the quarterback. He's going to get majority of the blame, as he should. But when you watch some of these third downs and, like, especially in the red zone, like, where do you want him to go with the ball? There's a reason why George Kittle's the only guy that scored a touchdown this year in the red zone.
Yeah, receivers are not getting open. BA took a while to get in shape. Debo is out of shape. I do not understand how, like, he gains weight like a sponge, bro. Like, he picks up weight quick.
Yeah, he's just one of those guys.
It's just his
one
body
of those
type.
types that when he gains weight, he gains weight easy, but then it takes months for him to
get it off.
Some guys are the opposite. Like my brother, he could gain 150 pounds. A month from now, he's down 52 already. Like, it just comes.
Debo could come out here tomorrow night looking like DK Metcalf. Who knows, bro? Like, he's a fucking shapeshifter, bro.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Sure. Yeah.
So, I mean, look, I'll tell you this. Yeah, you know I am. So I'll tell you this.
By the way, I just saw that comment. If they lose to the Cowboys, I'm on the, and you can quote me on this, I'll be the conductor of this train. I'm on the Christian. We appreciate you trying to get ready and going to Germany and getting ready, but we'll see you next year.
We'll talk, bro. Get at me.
Yeah, just because, I mean, what's worse, being 3-5, him coming back and popping it in November? What's great about that?
I know. It's nuts.
Yeah.
It's
all
nuts.
Right, Coach. Be good.
Hey,
have a good rest of your weekend.
Love your talks, Nick. Yeah. Hey, give me a call back, brother.
Appreciate it, bro.
All right. And we got one last guy. Nobody else call in. It was the hoodie is so epic. I had to pull him up. What's up, Dale?
How's it going, man?
How are you, sir? Talk to me.
I can't even wear my Niner gear. That's how fucking unbelievably pissed off I am at this team. I have not.
You're under construction right now. That's what this is.
Yeah, this is straight up Cartwright, and you got it. I have not seen a team so deflated, so boring, so vanilla, so they don't have anything happening. They got no flash, no pop, no speed, no nothing. And you know, I'm in the I wanted to bring it back to, let's talk about some of this Nick Bosa bullshit. Pay that man all that money. We always sit up here and we talk about how we pay these players. We just get, as fans, get to decide what they're worth. Well, if that's what we're deciding, I want half of my money back. Because I never see, you know, that Spider-Man meme where they're both pointing at each other? Yeah. That's Nick and Joey. They are the same guy. The only difference is Nick isn't hurt every day. That's it. Yeah. I mean, I can't. I've been a Niner fan for over 40 years.
Talk to me.
And it's not so much about the rings, but it's how we're losing. Like, you know, people still, I get you guys still want to have hope, and I'm usually generally on the positive side for Niner hope because I love Purdy. I love a lot of stuff we got going on, but I cannot be positive this year. This is something different. Like, I think, you know, we touched on it a little bit, the burnout.
Okay.
I believe burnout. I believe that is what it is. Kyle looks disinterested. He looks like he give two shits if
burnout's a real thing. It
playing
is
tomorrow.
Yeah. You know? I mean, it's hard to keep banging on the same drum. It is to say, we're going to get him. We're going to get him. And it's like, dude, we may need to just kind of, it's not even, I want to be fair to Kyle. Like, because I've been on coaching staffs where a coach got fired that we all got fired essentially. And I didn't think that the coach should have got fired. And a lot of it was because schools organizations, they don't have the luxury of letting you kind of like catch your breath, right? Because they got to be selling tickets. They got to be pushing money, pushing the program. And for Kyle, how do you say that you're tired while trying to look strong? Because you can't say you're tired, right?
I got an idea for you.
Go.
here's how you offload some of the unbelievable responsibilities that you think you always have to have on this team. But until he's not gonna, I'm starting to. I listen to some of you guys
that was awesome, bro. That was awesome, Dale. Because it almost got you. Did you see me almost simp for Kyle? I almost started simping for Kyle, and then you pulled me out of it. Thank you, Dale. Go.
I mean, I've done it too because Tom talked about it a little bit last night when he was talking about us older Niner fans who don't want to. We know what the rings are like, and I've watched 4 of them. I've watched us lose 3 of them.
Damn.
Right.
Okay.
I've missed 1, but we also remember the dark days. Like I could name the coaches: Tom Sula, Erickson, Nolan, Singletary. What's that little fat guy who's now coaching in college?
Mariucci? No, Chip Kelly.
Kelly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, man.
Yeah.
Just, so it's not, but I don't know. I'm with you. I don't think you can cut Kyle, but I don't know how you're going to get through to him because in my eyes, he's ruining the defense because he's making him play a wide 9, which is absolute shit.
It's over. Yeah.
It's bad. I mean,
but you know what it is though? It's so apropos of Kyle the man, right? What is like Kyle still wears Yeezys, right? He's still wearing the flat brim hat. Yeezy, newsflash. Yeezys are played out. They're not cool anymore. They were cool in 2018. Kyle, you can go get, hey Kyle, you can get you some Air Maxes, dog. You can get you some Dunks. Switch it up, Kyle. The Yeezys are played out. Stop. But it's his, you know what it is? It's like his avatar of what he thinks cool is, right? What he thinks trendy is. It's not the fact that he saw the Yeezys and said, you know what, that's a nice shoe. I want to wear that shoe. It's the fact that he saw the Yeezys and he says, oh, the people that I want respect from wear this shoe. So let me wear this shoe. Let me go get this shoe, right? And what it is that now he's got to go find a way how to dress himself. He can't go and be a hype beast and go after the latest trend. He's got to find his own identity. And I think that all of the people that he was around, right, were with him in the Yeezy era. And Mike McDaniel wore Yeezys, and so did Robert Saleh and D'Amico Ryans. But then you know what they did? They stopped wearing them shits because they started catching all of the anti-Semitic shit that Kanye was saying. It was like, all right, you gotta take this shit off.
You anti-Semitic? Did you go? Damn.
It's not a fucking course correct. Like we can't keep putting this shit on, right? And they understood that it's time to pivot. Mike McDaniel went down there and turned into a Puerto Rican coke dealer overnight. He got a tan and a Rolex, right? Then D'Amico Ryans, all of a sudden, he turned into Coach Carter. He's now in Houston, right? Robert Saleh is the steely old vet up in New York now. Now he's out in. So they've all reduxed. They've redone themselves. They've gone out and found their identity. They've pushed themselves out there. And Kyle is the same old curmudgeon who wants you to think he's cool because you like his plays. And the jig is up. It's stale. Dale, no pun intended, but it is, bro. So that's how I feel about it.
Yeah, no, you're right. But it's just like, where's the reflection from the rest of his coaching staff? Otherwise, they're too chicken shit to say it, or even just his father would go, listen, the only part of your offense that anybody likes in NFL is the running game. Like all of the rest of the stuff you do is terrible. Well, it's not terrible is not the right word because it worked, but like I said, it's played out. Everybody knows what to do. They know how to defend everything, and you have for the first time. And I hope you're right. I liked your idea. Like Brock's going to force him to give him control because I think the offense could.
He is.
I think our offense could function through Brock. I think he is that smart. I do. I think he knows what to do in the field if he's not running for his life half the goddamn time. But I think he's that smart. But they need to give it to him. But I wanted to get on here and support Brock a little bit, support you because I missed like the last 4 weeks. But today I was like, I'm getting on there, even though I'm late. And I wanted to say how shitty Nick Bosa is. So, like if we're gonna sell, the only dude, he's got no character, and he's a great player. But why is he a leader? He has no leadership qualities. He's a sullen. I just get along, do my job. Yeah, we played out there today, and it didn't go well. And yeah, I tried to get a sack, and I guess I didn't get one. I mean, come on. Like, where's the fire? The only fire I see on this team right now is from Demo and Fred Warner. Nobody else. The rookies don't have it yet because they're still rookies. They don't know if they should talk that shit yet. And Brock he never will, even though he should, but he won't. But Nick Bosa has no substance. Why is he a leader? Is it just the paycheck? Because
I think it's I feel like he's like a standard, right? He comes in shape. He's their apex predator. He's their guy that they pay, and he's the guy that nobody can beat. My biggest thing right now is that I just feel like Nick honestly is a bro. If you got him like away from the cameras and we're like in a casual setting with him, he's a bro. You know what I mean? So I don't think that a lot of these guys understand kind of like what's at stake. And that's why I'll say this before we close out, Del. I'll say this. If I had to say my biggest issue with the regime is, I would have to say is that they run it like it's their thing. They don't open up the team to us, right? It's very much top down, right? And that's one of the biggest things that I feel like Coach Harbaugh did with us is he reconnected the fan base, right? Like, remember who's got it better than us? Like, come on, man. Remember that. Like, it was a way to bring us in the locker room to know that we're playing for you guys. Like, I know we get the money. I know we get all of the adoration and attention. But at the end of the day, we answer to you. And I just feel as though that they don't answer to us. They don't speak to us. They talk at us. And I'm over it.
But, I mean, there's one more thing. I know you're trying to get out of here. But
yeah.
I think that is because we sometimes as fans forget the NFL is a business first. It's all about the dollar first. That's why you see players who are past their prime, but because their jersey still sells, they're going to be still paid well. They're still on the team. They get re-contracts. They get re-upped, whatever. And I think that's a case with some of it. But for teams like, and I'll even say this about poor Dallas Cowboys fans, they love their team. I hate them sons of bitches, but they love their team. So there's nothing wrong with that. They love their team like we love our team. And it's like, what in the hell are we doing? Because we shouldn't be this flat. We shouldn't be this dead. We shouldn't have leaders that go in front of podiums and basically, I mean, you saw the part with Parasol, right? Where he was talking about how he got shot and how much it meant to him. And first question out of Matt Miyako was like, what'd you think about that kid? Honestly, man, I wasn't paying attention.
I wasn't paying attention to him. Yeah.
Going after a sack. What the hell kind of leader is that? Again, no
you
fire.
You could have lied.
Yeah, simple.
He could have lied. Like, the fact that he chose to just say that kind of like just shows like the lack of self-awareness. That's why I laughed when he said it. I was like, wow, you just kind of don't realize who you are in the moment right now. It's like, it's almost like asking if where were you when your kid was born? Like, lie. I was right there with the camera on, like, say anything. But I will tell you, man, it's frustrating, but what do you got for me for Dallas, man, before you close out?
I'm gonna like this, but I feel it. So
I'm
saying it. We're gonna come out. We're gonna be up by 10-17.
We already know. You said up by
at
10.
The half.
We already know.
And then we are going to lose to a depleted Dallas Cowboys field, where Nick Bosa won't get any sacks. He'll have three pressures. He'll maybe do something impressive. But we're gonna lose the game. Here's the thing:
it'll blow up.
I think it needs to kind of happen. The reason is because The vets are over it, bro. I'm telling you, they'd rather be surfing. They'd rather be doing whatever, anything than playing football right now. All of them, except for Fred, probably Juice, Kittle half the time. Trent isn't even into it this year, dude. Like nobody has any. You know how I know? Trent's only mad because somebody punched him in the face. He's not defending him and anybody else, like how he's done other years, where he'll be like, "If you hit my quarterback, I'm gonna fuck you up." That Trent, where's that Trent? He's not here.
There's no team. They're all independent contractors this year. You can tell it. Yeah, this is the you know what the nickname of this team is? This is the 1099 Niners. They're the 1099.
That's good. Use that as Grant. If you haven't used that, use that again.
I'm gonna send it to Grant. Hey, I'll holler at you, brother. Talk to me, man.
Thank you.
All right, bro. Trav, I said nobody else.
I know, and as soon as you said it, I hit the button. I was like, oh, he's
well, damn it. All right, Trav is it. Let's go, Trav. You're my guy. Talk to me.
Okay. Thank you for taking mine, man. I appreciate it.
Always a pleasure, Trav.
Hey, no real football talk, man. I just want to thank you, bro. You always do a great job. You're bringing it. You're real. And I love your show, man. I love you. And I thank you for all the hard work that you put in, man.
Thank you, Trav. And I feel the support as well, brother. Thank you for calling in. Way to close out the show, brother. Give me a prediction before you go.
I think it's going to be pretty even. I think so, man. It's like 50-50. I don't know. I think that's the running consensus, right? I don't know.
Trav is like, I don't know, bro. Trav is like, he don't know.
Yeah, I got kind of crapped on last time for my weak takes, quote unquote. So I'm not even going to say anything. Hey, and that was my first time calling in to any show. You were my coach. You were my first.
Yo. All right, hey Trav, get out of here, bro. I'm gonna holler at you. Man. See you around,
Niners,
man.
Baby. Go Niners.
Hey, go Niners, bro. Hey guys, look, I love every last one of you guys, man. This call-in show was awesome. The next time you will hear from me will be Sunday night versus the Cowboys. We got a live watch party tomorrow at 8:00 Eastern, which is 5:00 Pacific. It's going to be a crazy affair. I want you guys to come through, have a good time, and just support. One thing that I wanted to say before we sign out is that the channel has been moving, and I want to thank every last one of you for your support. It does not go unnoticed, and I take every last subscriber as a privilege. All right, Steve-O, get out of here. Lord, it's a family show. Anyway, it's the coach. Stay low and keep your feet moving. Love you guys. Steve-O, you ought to be ashamed of yourself.